Welcome to part 3 of my ability concept series. Today, we will be covering the foot soldier and scientist classes' abilities. If haven't seen any of the previous videos, then at least see the intro for the first part so you know how this works and other important notes. Well then, let's begin. We're going to start off with the foot soldier, the annoying roof camper who won't stop sniping me across the map with ZPGs. The first new ability variant on our list is going to be for the stink cloud, called the stink vial. This liquefied version of the chemicals used in the stink clouds makes a large, circular puddle when thrown, about the size of 2 citrons in diameter. Any plant caught in the puddle will take 3 damage per second and, when they leave the puddle, will have that effect for 5 seconds. Also, each tick of damage will make a smaller puddle where you stand which applies the same effect but for only 2 seconds and, of course, you can't be affected by these while you have the effect. This ability has a cooldown of 35 seconds. The stink vial lets you have a more damage-focused ability and is good for crowd control, but in exchange for this, you lose the ability to obstruct others' vision. Now for our ZPG variant, the ZOMB targeting system. This ability has a cooldown of 45 seconds and when used, will make the soldier bend over like he's about to use his ZPG, but instead, a white ring will appear around your crosshair and the nearest person to you who is in this ring will be highlighted purple. When you press the fire button, the foot soldier will release the same rocket as the ZPG, but now it will home in on the highlighted enemy. If no enemy is highlighted, then you cannot fire the rocket. Fun fact, this ability was inspired by the spear from Helldivers 2. The ZOMB is much easier to target than the normal ZPG, which aids in firing it from long distances, but it has a much longer cooldown. And for the last of the foot soldier's abilities, we have the rocket hover. This makes foot soldier do a small jump and then his rocket backpack suspends him in the air for 8 seconds. During this time, you can move and shoot, but you can't do anything else. After this, you will fall back down to the ground as normal. This lets foot soldier be in the air a bit more and have a new angle to attack enemies from, but reduces his vertical mobility. Now that the foot soldier's abilities have been covered, we can move on to the scientist, who does nearly 100 damage per second at close range because that is totally fair and balanced for a support character. Our first ability, which replaces the heal station, is the healing star. Using this ability causes the scientist to stay in place for about 0.75 seconds as he releases the star. This star slowly drifts forward and releases bursts that heal all allies in it for 25 health in a large area every 1.5 seconds. The star lasts for 15 seconds before disappearing and has a 50-second cooldown. This new ability lets you support big pushes in large fights, which the heal station and its variants couldn't before. But this power requires a good amount of team coordination or situational awareness to be effective and makes you much less consistent with your healing. The new variant for the warp that I have made is the reality reach. This makes scientist do a 2-second wind up where he glows blue and reaches his hand out. During this, a blue dot will replace your crosshair and your ability to attack and use abilities is removed. At the end of the charge up, you will be teleported to where the blue dot is. You can travel up to 60 meters with this ability. Also, if your blue dot is on someone from the enemy team or a friendly AI, they will be slowly pulled towards your current position. Plants can escape this if they mash the jump button enough so they aren't just helplessly dragged to the middle of the enemy team. The reality reach specializes in getting you into enemy backlines easier and moving enemies out of strong positions, but has a longer cooldown than the average warp, a lengthy wind up, and removes a strong escape tool from your arsenal to balance it out. And for the last ability variant of this episode, we have the super syringe, a syringe filled with chemicals which greatly buffs a teammate of your choice. When the ability is used, you put away your weapon and take out the syringe. Pressing the fire button makes you throw it. Hitting an ally gives them a 25% speed and damage resistance buff and makes them constantly regenerate health for 7 seconds. If you miss your target, don't worry because then the ability is refunded after 1 second. The syringe has a cooldown of 35 seconds. This last ability lets scientists give more support to their team other than just healing and would help playstyles centered around pocketing greatly, but choosing this makes you lose the flexibility and damage of the sticky explodey ball. Thank you for watching this episode of the Garden Warfare 2 Ability Concepts series. If you have enjoyed this series so far, like and subscribe to show your support and share this video to anyone else who likes this game. That's all I have to say for now, so, until I appear in your recommended page again, goodbye.